Hi, it's me, Vicki Marie, and today is a special day because today is my birthday. Now, as I'm sure you all know, as you get older, birthdays don't are not that as important as they are when you're younger. In fact, you sort of dread them coming round, really. But anyway, today's my birthday. It's a celebration, isn't it? If you manage to get another birthday, so many people are not so lucky. And you know what they say? Well, there are a couple of things they say. First of all, getting old is a privilege denied to many. Also, old age is not so bad when you consider the alternative. So, happy birthday to me. So, the first thing, as usual, I want to do is thank everyone for all their support. Oh, yes, so I've hit another milestone in subscriptions. So it's 2004. Oh gosh, you know what I'm like with numbers. 2,400 and something. So obviously, I'm hoping to get to 3,000, and not too in the not too distant future, but we'll see. So thank you to everyone who subscribed. It's free and it is a massive help to my channel. Also, all of you that like my videos, just watching my videos, participating in the chat, making comments, etc. These are all fantastic ways of supporting my channel. I hope you enjoy the content, and if you want to see more, then those are the best ways to support me. I also have quite a lot of members now, nearly 50 members, so that is fantastic. We did another members live stream last night. The vote was to do tarot cards again, and I think it went really well. So thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone who's some people, they're not only members, but they've also sent me like super thanks and super chats and things. So there's a double thanks. Thank you so much. Anyone who sent me any supers, PayPal'd me or bought me a coffee makes such a difference. It really does make a difference to me. And the main reason, all those things, all those ways of support is just makes me realise that you are enjoying it. To keep on doing it on days when I don't feel like doing it sometimes, because maybe I've been trolled a little bit, or I don't know, it's just we all have those days, don't we? And then when I get the emails as well, because I get a lot of emails, of course, as well, just supporting me, making suggestions. It just makes it all worthwhile. So thank you so much for all that. And something that somebody mentioned in one of my comments this morning was about gifting memberships, because I know, times are difficult. Not everyone can afford a membership. Now, my memberships are €1.99 a month, €1.99 a month, and you can upgrade at any time. You can cancel at any time. But I know times are difficult. People don't like committing to regular payments. But there is something about gifting membership. One of my members offered to gift a membership to somebody else, and I'm good. I have. My son had mentioned this to me about gifting memberships. I don't really understand how it works. It's all new to me, but I'm going to investigate it today and hopefully set that up. So thank you. And that's so nice of someone to offer to gift a membership to somebody else for a month, So it just gives them a chance to join in the live streams on a Tuesday, which will be the night for the members' live streams. And then, see if they like it. Maybe if their situation changes in another time, they might be able to join. But remember that even if you join, you don't have to join for 6 months, a year. You can join for 1 month. You can join for 1 month and then you can cancel. You can cancel any time. Maybe you've got an especially difficult month and then come back the next month. It's not set in stone that once you become a member, that's it. You signed up for 6 months, signed up for a year. You can cancel it at any time. So just be aware of that. And I think what the memberships have given us on that, my chatters, generally are really nice. So when I do a live stream, we don't get many trolls, do we? We don't get many problems. And if we do, those people, they don't last long. But in the members live, of course, it does feel completely free, that we can say what we like and, not worry that anyone's going to be nasty to us. We're chatting. That's it. My channel, as I've said many times, is Vicki Marie Chats. I'm chatting. I'm musing over things. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just chatting like I would chat with my friends. Sometimes you just say things, oh, I wonder about that, or I wonder about, anything that I put on, I do provide evidence of things. Don't make things up. But I do sometimes just muse over things. And, you've got to be aware of that. If you're looking for a forensic analysis channel, mine is not the channel. Okay? Anyway, so, but most of you understand that and you like that. You like the chatting, and just makes you think about things. It's for entertainment purposes only. It's not to be taken serious, like the tarot cards that we did last night. I don't know if I'm going to release that yet public. Probably eventually I will, or I'll edit it. But I don't want people thinking that this is, doing tarot cards and that it must be true. It's not. It's me doing the tarot cards, seeing what comes out for entertainment purposes. It's not to be, taken seriously and oh, this must be true. It's just entertainment. Okay, so now I've got that out of the way. So so it's my birthday today, and I'm hoping that the Lionesses will make my birthday, give me my birthday present and win today to go into the final of the World Cup at the weekend. And if they do, they'll be playing Spain, so that'll be interesting. Anyway, hopefully they will win. That's what I'll be doing this morning, watching that, or this after. Well, it's on around 12 o'clock my time. And then I do have classes. I am working then till 7. I don't think I'll be doing that. I'm not going out tonight, even though it's my birthday. I may do something at the weekend, because I'm working till 7 o'clock, so I won't feel like going out after that. So I may do a live, but probably not, unless something comes up, of course. Anyway, so I wanted to do this video this morning. I wanted to look at some of the news that's I'm waking up to this morning, and two things in particular. I mean, there's lots of things going on, obviously, but two things in particular that I wanted to point out or wanted to talk about. And the first one is very sad, I'm afraid. I don't know if you know or if you've seen on the news about Sara Sharif, who lived in this very innocuous looking and very pretty house in Surrey and was found dead. And 3 people are believed to have left the country. 3 people that are wanted in connection with this 10-year-old's death have left the country. One of which I think is her father. So let's just read the Sky News article. 3 people who police believe left the UK after a 10-year-old girl's death were known to her. The child, named locally as Sara Sharif, was found dead in a house in Horsell, Surrey, in the early hours of Thursday. Police said no one else was at the property when they arrived, and they believe the people they want to question left the UK on Wednesday. And Detective Chief Inspector Debbie White said officers were working with international authorities to locate them. I think the identification has been done by now. So neighbours said that a Pakistani family with 6 very young children had moved in April, and officers remain at the property in Hammond Street in Horsell, a village less than a mile north of Woking town centre. Okay, so that was what Sky News had to say when it happened. I want to just look at Talk TV because there is a photo of. But now, beautiful 10-year-old girl found dead in Woking as police hunt for 3 people. Now, I don't know about you, but this photo, this girl is 10 years old. She seems to have makeup on. I mean, she is beautiful, but she's too young, isn't she, to be wearing makeup and be dressed up like someone on Paul Ansell's Instagram. I mean, you know, I didn't like that photo. I found it very unsettling. Anyway, 3 people sought by detectives investigating the murder were known to the victim. And then this further down, this is Sara with her mother, Olga. So I'm presuming Olga is Eastern European, and something has happened here because Sara was given to her father, you know, custody of Sara was given to her father. It says here the post-mortem examination was due to take place on Tuesday, so that was yesterday. Oh, this is the father. God, you just hate him straight away, don't you? When you look at him, you know, you just know he's a twat. Just looks like a twat who thinks he's fucking brilliant. And this is her ex-husband, Irfan Sharif, and he'd been given custody of Sara. So obviously something's gone on with the mother. It's a shame. It's a shame. But anyway, bastard. I know you're not supposed to jump to conclusions, but come on. So he's left the country. His 10-year-old daughter has been found dead. So he's not left the country for no reason, has he? So Miss Sharif, 36, told the newspaper that her ex-husband, Irfan Sharif, 41, was given sole custody of their daughter, which meant Miss Sharif was only able to see Sara and her 13-year-old brother twice in 4 years. She told the Sun, "There is nothing I can do that can bring her back to life, so I have to only remember the good times with her now. Life is really hard, it's just not fair." That's a bit of a funny comment, sort of a couple of days later, isn't it? But I don't know. Do you know that poor girl? You know, she was to be taken off your mother, there's got to be something big. You know, they don't take children off the mother and give the custody to the father unless there's some big reason for it. You know, that's so unusual. So this poor girl never had a chance, did she? Anyway, so yeah, the police are not given any further information about the victim or the 3 people, and they said officers are still at the address and no arrests have yet been made. So let's just hope that they find that horrible twat quickly. Why, you know, you just can't imagine why he would do that. But anyway, he did it, or someone's done it and left the country, and he's one of them. So he's got to have had something to do with it. So that was, you know, a bit of depressing news, obviously, on my birthday. But the thing is, I wanted to talk about that because it's important. You know, this happens, you know, I don't know if it's an honour killing or what the reasons are behind any of it. But the thing is, and I don't want any race or ethnicity brought into this because there's plenty of, you know, British white fathers kill their children as well. So it's not exclusive to, you know, other nationalities. So I don't want it being brought up that that's why he did it, because, you know, to any racist reasons. He's a twat. He'd be a twat whether he was white, black, pink, orange, green with stripes. He's a twat, and that's all that comes down to it. If he has done it, I have to keep adding that, obviously. Okay, and then the other news. You know, it's very rare for me to be agreeing with Piers Morgan. But I do agree with Piers Morgan with this. It's this transgender competition, sports competition. How can, well, I don't know if you're aware, but there's been a couple of cases in Canada. Shelley will know about these probably. So the one yesterday that was in the news yesterday is the Canadian sport policy slammed after a trans woman shatters the female weightlifting record. And before the competition, Anne Andres wrote, I will win by a good margin. This is due to my training ethic, but people widely misattribute it to my history 20 years ago. Sorry. This is not right. It's not right. There should be a separate competition for transgender women or men, because it's just not right. How often do you hear of a transgender woman? Sorry. How often do you hear of a transgender man winning a competition and beating all the men? There'd be an uproar, wouldn't there? So these other women who to be honest, the other ones that were on the podium, the second and third here, yeah, who really. So this is the first one, the man who he is. He was born a man, but he's now a woman, and I agree with that. He's trans, not anti-trans in any way, shape, or form. But it's just not right to compete, in my opinion. It's not right to compete in a competition with other women, because it just isn't. It just isn't. It is, in my eyes, pretty ridiculous. So why can't there be a competition, especially for transgender women? This competition, but for transgender women, they can all compete on more of a level playing field. Now, am I crazy or what? I don't know. And that this is her. I mean, you can see that the women that came second and third, they're not tiny little dainty things. I mean, it's not about the size it's about maybe this person, if they had been born a woman, maybe Anne would have won it. Maybe it is to do with the training, but the thing is, it will always be coloured, for her also. Oh, is that a little video? Yeah. So they're being very gracious, because every time they're saying, you're a man. I mean, I absolutely think if that was the other way around, and that was a woman winning a man's competition, maybe, I mean, obviously not that sort of competition, but I'm trying to think, like a woman might be better because there might be more, if it was like some sort of sporting competition where you had more of a benefit of being slenderer or lighter, or where men would be going mad. No, that's not a man, that's a woman, really. So I just don't think it works the other way, does it? So I do agree. Oh, and another one I wanted to show you to do with that. I'm going to get into trouble for this, I know. Like, people get really sort of arsy about this, but to me it's just obvious. But, maybe it's just my age group, I don't know. Then there was another guy, again, he identified as a woman and entered this competition. He's got a beard. So he's not Team Canada powerlifting coach Avi Silverberg just broke the Alberta women's bench press record in the 84 plus kilos category at the Heroes Classic. Former record holder, trans-identifying male. Oh, that was. She was there. The other one was there that won the other one. He was. Oh, it's taking me to Twitter. So yeah. So he just decided he identified as a female and went in and shattered the record. He was probably taking the Michael out of the other woman. I don't know, but yeah. So it's like, the world has gone mad sometimes in my eyes. I mean, what do you think? Is it me? Maybe I'm just a dinosaur in this world that we're living in now, but So I could just identify what could I do? What do I identify as I don't know, a 12-year-old girl and go into a competition with other 12-year-olds and say, oh no, I'm a 12-year-old girl, what the fuck is all that about? No, you're not. So you can't go into a competition against other 12-year-old girls because you're not a fucking 12-year-old girl. So you're obviously bound to win because you're older, bigger, stronger. I mean, where does it stop? Where does it stop? So there's been so many incidences, isn't there? So it's like with cycling, with any sport, there should be a separate category, and then people can go in on a level playing field, not like you know not like they're going to win for whatever reason because they're bigger, they're stronger, it's just ridiculous. And this sort of brings me back to the Lionesses today. I mean, they're brilliant. I'd like to see them play against the men because, some, what it's like with football. Football, you've got your big sort of brute types like Haaland. He's a great big sort of 6 foot odd guy. But also you do have your little ones, in the men's as well. Some of the women that play, they're bigger than some of the men. They're all, football's a different sort of sport because they've all got their own, well, it's a team game for a start, and they've all got their own, sometimes you need a little one to do the running on the outside or whatever, or to sneak inside. Same with rugby, you've got the big ones and you've got the little ones, and they all perform different roles. But when it's a sport, so I'd quite like to see the men's teams just to see how they do. I think when the ladies played Nigeria the other day, I mean, they were big ladies, those Nigerian women, real strong. And if they would have been better at finishing, they couldn't finish, fortunately for us, because the ladies our lionesses did struggle a bit against their physical strength, because our team generally, they were, a lot of our team, they're like real sort of dainty looking little things, aren't they? And they're really good at football. So I think if the Nigerians would have been better at actually finishing, I don't think we would have won that game. That was a really hard game for us. And we won it on penalties, of course, in the end, because we're good at penalties. And unfortunately for the Nigerians, they need some work on their finishing, because their actual play and their physicality and everything, it was fantastic. So I've gone off on a tangent now. So I'd quite like to see the football teams playing together and even against each other. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to see? But that's a whole different sport. When you're in a sport like this, like weightlifting or anything, where cycling, where it's just one person against another person, sorry, it's just, it's got to be separate, in my opinion. So I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. It's also sort of there's another thing that's been in the news lately. This causes I'm not going to go into this in any great detail, but just to throw it out at the end, and this might set the cat amongst the pigeons, is the thing about the toilets. I don't want to share a toilet with a man, and it's not even because of if somebody's a transgender woman who is living as a woman, and that, you wouldn't even know that you were sharing the toilet with a man, would you? But come on, let's face it, that people can avoid the subjects as much as they want, but some transgender women, if you like, sometimes it's men. I've seen men, I'm going to do a video on it one day, trying to get into a women's prison, so they're identifying as a woman. They're not genuinely transgender. A genuine transgender woman, in my eyes, they just live their life nice and quietly. They don't want people, they want to be a woman. They live their life as a woman every day. So they don't want to go and say, no, well, I'm a transgender woman. These people, they're doing it for attention. That's what I think. And if I was a transgender woman or man, I wouldn't be wanting to shout it from the roof. I just want to get on with my little thing, and I would do, I'd dress like a woman and go into the women's toilets, won't be making a big fuss about it. Anyway, so there's all this thing about the toilets now. I don't like communal toilets. That's one, because I don't like bad or not much, but that's one good thing that maybe they're going to sort the loos out. I don't. Public toilets are a nightmare, aren't they? I avoid public toilets as much as I possibly can. Sometimes you can't, obviously, if you're going somewhere or whatever. And yeah, it's nice to have your own little. You don't want to be sharing it with other people. Anyway, there you go. And certainly you don't want to be sharing it with men who are pissing all over the floor or whatever. Sorry, men, but you do tend to do that. Sometimes women do it as well. I'll tell you what annoys me, because in a lot of the women's toilets, women don't want to sit on the seat, so they try and have a wee without sitting on the seat, and then wee all over the seat. Why do they do that? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, sorry, I've gone on a total tangent now. I've then started off telling you it's my birthday and ended up talking about people weeing on toilet seats. But yeah, public toilets, they're grim, aren't they, in a lot of places, especially places with like the airports and things like that. But okay, so that's what I wanted to discuss today. I think that there's probably quite a lot of contentious things in there. I'm expecting quite a lot of comments. As always, keep your comments respectful, but you do anyway. All my chatters, the comments are respectful. Rare to get a disrespectful comment from you all, so thank you for that. So have a good day. I may see you later, I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, but let's see what the day brings. Thank you as always for watching. Remember to always live and love very, very wisely. Be careful in the public toilets. And as always, I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Thank you so much. Bye.